So today, Trump met with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, MBS. And just when you thought that things couldn't get worse, well, they did. Today's presser, it reminded me of Trump's relationship with Satan in the animation of South Park, literally kissing the foot and asking for compliments from someone who is known as being corrupt. Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're getting there. Let's try to get there as soon as possible. So hit subscribe, watch, comment. Please send me your comments and share with family and friends. Now look, Trump claimed that he's proud of bin Salman for the work that he's done on human rights. Really? Human rights? Saudi Arabia? Play the clip.
I'm very proud of the job he's done. What he's done is incredible in terms of human rights and everything else. And he's the Crown Prince, the future king, and I just want to pay my greatest respect to your father, the king, who is an amazing man. I met him early on.
Yeah, let me be very clear about something. When it comes to human rights, Saudi Arabia maybe beginning to get, I don't know, advancements, but Saudi Arabia is far from a country that has human rights. Women still not denied, many of whom back and forth, whether they're even permitted to drive, own land, have money, walk by themselves. Reporter goes on and asks Trump and bin Salman about the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Notice, this is upsetting. It's upsetting for several reasons. One, Jamal Khashoggi's first cousin is actually a very good friend of mine. Trump defends Saudi Arabia over U.S. intelligence. Again, I want to remind people that Jamal Khashoggi had U.S. citizenship. Play the clip.
President, is it appropriate, Mr. President, for your family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president? Is that a conflict of interest? And Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the worst in the business. But I'll answer your question.
Thank you.
I have nothing to do with the family business. I have left, and when I've devoted 100% of my energy. What my family does is fine. They do business all over. They've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually. I'm sure they could do a lot. And anything they've done has been very good. That's what we've done. We've built a tremendous business for a long time. I've been very successful. I decided to leave that success behind and make America very successful. And I've made America more successful by far than it ever was.
Yeah, as far as this gentleman is concerned, imagine attacking ABC News because asking a question that we all know to be accurate, that Saudi Arabia played a part in the 9/11 destruction of and the death of, people here in New York and in Virginia and elsewhere. I mean, how is this even fake news? Why would the President of the United States turn around and call it fake news when Americans were killed? And on top of that, Jamal Khashoggi, as I said before, who had dual citizenship, he was also a U.S. Citizen, was violently killed and chopped up, and allegedly at the direction of the man sitting there in the Oval Office. So sure, it's understandable that 9/11 victims are pissed off. The question that when I saw that ran right through my mind, Howard Lutnick lost more people than anybody as a result of Cantor Fitzgerald being in the World Trade Center. I wonder how he felt. I wonder if he actually shook Mohammed bin Salman's hand, considering his brother perished in that event as well. Now, bin Salman spoke about Khashoggi, saying that they did the necessary investigation. They did it all. Play the clip.
About the journalists, it's really painful to hear anyone that been losing his life for no real purpose or nothing illegal way, and it's been painful for us in Saudi Arabia. We've did all the right steps of investigation, etc., in Saudi Arabia, and we've improved our system to be sure that nothing happened like that. And it's painful and it's a huge mistake, and we are doing our best that this doesn't happen again.
Mr. President.
So Saudi Arabia conducted an investigation controlled, it's beginning to sound a little familiar, right? Controlled by the Crown Prince to make a determination if the Crown Prince had involvement in the death and the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. And not surprisingly, the answer was no. But we will do better in the future to make sure it never happens again. Now, bin Salman also spoke about 9/11, but his sentiment seemed too along the lines of sorry that happened, but play the clip.
Just yes, Mr. President, if you allow me to answer. You know, I feel painful about, the families of 9/11 in America, but, we have to focus on reality. Reality based on CIA documents and based on a lot of documents that Osama bin Laden, he used Saudi people in that event for one main purpose, is to destroy this relation, to destroy the American-Saudi relation. That's the purpose of 9/11. So whoever buying that means they are helping Osama bin Laden's purpose of destroying this relation. He knows that strong relation between America and Saudi Arabia, it's bad for extremism, it's bad for terrorism. And we have...
Well, okay. Doesn't really, again, answer the question, but, I get it. Very well crafted and has some truth and legitimacy to it. Meanwhile, Trump then joked with the Crown Prince about fist bumps. Obviously, we know why. Play the clip.
It's another league, Mr. President.
Mr. President?
And Trump doesn't give a fist pump. I grabbed that hand. I don't give a hell where that hand's been. I grabbed that hand.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's been several places. But meanwhile, Trump then asked him, can't imagine this. You have the Deputy Crown Prince, Saudi Arabia, there. Why? Not sure, but he is there. And Trump, of course, knowing the answer in advance, as they say, never ask a question you don't know the answer to. Who's the best president for Saudi Arabia of all time? Play the clip.
Right? And we're walking, and I asked the Crown Prince, so outside of Trump, because I blow everyone away, who was the best president for Saudi Arabia? And you could, maybe, it's an interesting answer, I don't know.
The Roosevelt, who started it, which is a Democrat, and Reagan, he's one of the historical presidents that have close ties with Saudi Arabia. But we've worked with all presidents.
Does Trump blow them all away?
No, it's another league, Mr. President.
Mr. President?
Yeah, sure, why not? Trump then claimed that bin Salman told him that he inherited a mess. The United States was a mess. Right, because bin Salman is the expert on now U.S. economy. Play the clip.
And we inherited a mess. You actually told me you thought the country was in big trouble. I'm not going to use the exact word that you use. I refuse to say that you thought our country was dead a year and a half, 2 years ago. But our country was in trouble, and now we have the hottest country in the world. You said that also.
Yeah. Again, did you see Lutnick standing there sort of staring at him? Sure. You really think Mohammed bin Salman said America was dead, that this country was over and done? It's why that they're begging for America's help every year after year, to ensure that Iran doesn't wipe out the whole bin Laden and the whole al-Saud family. Meanwhile, the conversation took, well, let's just say, an intense turn when the same ABC reporter who asked about Khashoggi asked about, that's right, the Epstein Files. Play the clip.
You're going to psych. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein Files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. And I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. You just keep going on the Epstein Files.
Yeah. Well, that's because you had, I don't know, 24 survivors on the Capitol today, and you also had the vote. Now, Trump claimed, by the way, I'm not going to disclaim the fact I don't believe he went on the island either. I know Trump for a decade and a half, and I've said it, and I'll say it again today, tomorrow, and every day. I just don't think that what people think that Trump's involvement in those files have to do with sexual. So what it is that they're hiding, again, I don't know. It's why we desperately need the release of these files. But Trump claims that the Epstein files, and this is the part that's wrong, and his enablers should stop him from doing. He keeps calling it a hoax to distract from the $21 trillion that he's allegedly brought in. Play the clip.
You just keep going on the Epstein Files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a
Yeah, actually, I thought it was 28 trillion. And where is this 21 or 28 or 38 or 250 gajillion billion? Where is it? Show the American people that we actually have it, because I look. It's not like I just come to you and I just say shit. I actually go and I investigate. I spend hours and hours. I'm up at 4:30 in the morning looking for this stuff. And I go onto the government's website. I don't see $21 trillion. I see a couple of billion from tariffs. Meanwhile, where do you think those billions are coming from? Our pocket. We're paying it. Tariffs are taxes. Consumers pay tariffs. Just keep repeating it. But then again, we're having a good time in the Oval Office. So Trump then jokes that bin Salman, well, if he was really a good guy, he could have invested in Trump's big, beautiful ballroom. Play that clip.
And it's going to be beautiful. It's a very popular thing what we're doing. And by the way, no government funds. It's all put up private money, all private money. And in the case, I think there's a restriction on foreigners. Otherwise, I could have asked you just for a check, okay? But
Yeah, that's really, really funny. Meanwhile, Trump also said that bin Salman was going to invest, on behalf of Saudi, of course, $1 trillion into the U.S. Play the clip.
the biggest plants anywhere in the world. And I want to thank you because you've agreed to invest $600 billion into the United States. And because he's my friend, he might make it $1 trillion, but I'm going to have to work on him. But it's 600. We can count on 600 billion, but that number could go up a little bit higher. Yes, or I don't know. We'll see. But
okay, like I said, I do investigation. Saudi Arabia has the 19th largest economy in the world. 19th. Their entire economy is 1.2. This is 2025, by the way. $1.27 trillion. So they're basically going to take their entire GDP and invest it in the United States of America. If you believe that, I have not one, not two, but 3 bridges here in New York to sell you. And finally, I do want to end on a clip of Trump claiming that he and bin Salman are on the same side of every issue. Not a good look for the United States. Play the clip.
a lot of jobs. We have a lot of jobs. So I just want to thank you. We've been really good friends for a long period of time. We've always been on the same side of every issue. I think we've done a great job in wiping out the nuclear capacity of Iran. Nobody else could have done that.
Yeah, nobody could have done it because you didn't wipe them out. And in fact, it's really Saudi that needs the United States' help more than Saudi can help the United States as it deals with Iran, believe it or not. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.